Okay, so this second chapter, theory of equations, we are going to learn the basics of it. Let's see, if time permits, we will do one problem. So before doing problem or before going to the problems, we have to understand what are the basics that you're supposed to know here. Clear? So let us go. Now first, what is an equation? So when we are talking about theory of equations, first we are supposed to understand what is an equation. Now, an equation is a statement that says two algebraic expressions are equal and is satisfied only for certain values of the variables. So first of all, the equation must say that two expressions are equal. Let's take for example, ax is equal to 0. Let's say this is an equation. Okay, this is equation with one variable. A is a constant. Okay, A is a constant. Constant means any number you can write. X is a variable. A is a constant, X is a variable. I am equating this to 0. Okay, so this will become one of the equation. This is a very, very simple equation. Okay, so two algebraic expressions are equal. So there is one expression onto this side, there is one expression onto this side, and there's one expression onto the other side. So this is a simple equation of Ax is equal to 0. You might also get an, let's say an equation like this. Ax is equal to by. Okay, where a and b are constants, means numbers. Okay, a and b are constants, means numbers. It is something like this. For a and b, now if I give a value, let's say I give 3x is equal to 2y. This is also an equation. So two expressions are equal here and is satisfied only for certain value. Now how do we say it is satisfied for certain value? Now let's take an example here. The same 3x and 2y, if x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 6. Okay, if x is equal to 4, y is equal to 6. Let us solve this. 3x, what is x? 3 into 4 is equal to 2 into, what is y value? 6. 3 4s are 12. 6 2s are 12. You got the same answer? Yes? So what we are trying to say is an equation is a statement that says two algebraic expressions are equal and is satisfied only for certain values. Now in the place of 4 and 6, if you take 1 and 2, it will not satisfy your value. 3 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4. 3 is equal to 4. Is 3 is equal to 4? No, right? So only for certain values of variables, the equation is gonna be equal. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that the equation is equal, and many times we are asked to find out the value of the variables. Value of variables may be x or y or xy. We will have variables like this. So this is called an equation. So to summarize, an equation is a statement that says two algebraic expressions are equal and is satisfied only for certain values, of the variable. Did you all understand the first definition? This is very important. You have to first understand what is an equation and then we'll do. Everybody understood what is variable? Okay, okay, Bharat. We will revise it once again. No need to worry. I'll just finish the other 2 points and then we will revise the whole slide. Okay. In other words, okay, there is another definition also. It's just a meaning type. In other words, equations signify relation between two algebraic expression symbolized by a sign of equality. Now the same example of 3x is equal to 2y. Okay, now here what they're saying, equation, it signifies some relation between two algebraic expressions. See, this is one algebraic expression. How do I say it is algebraic? You have 3 into x. There is an multiplication expression which is there. Again, you have 2 into x. There is again a multiplication symbol. Okay, so 3 into x, there's a multiplication symbol. 2 into x, there's a multiplication expression. So 3x is one algebraic expression, 2y is another algebraic expression. Okay, so I have one algebraic expression 3x, another algebraic expression 2y. Now what I am trying to do, I am trying to equate both of them. Okay, I am trying to equate both of them. So I'm using the sign of equality. I'm using the sign of equality. So I'm using the sign of equality and then I will form an equation of 3x is equal to 2y. Now I can even take another expression like this. 3x plus 6 is equal to 2y. Here I have just added another constant. It is still an equation. Okay, it is still an equation. I can even go on further. 3x square plus 2y plus 6 is equal to 0. This is also an equation because if you see here, I have a constant and this is an algebraic expression, 3 into x square. Again, I have plus and then 2 into y to the power 1. Again, plus another constant. Okay, here again there are more than one algebraic expressions. Okay, minimum is 2, maximum you can have any number of expressions. You have to equate that to another expression or 0. Okay, we usually what we do, we keep all the variables to one side and we equate that to 0 because it is easy for us to solve when we have to find out x and y. Understood what is equation? First definition says an equation is a statement that two algebraic expressions, okay, two algebraic expressions are equal and is satisfied only for certain values. Now we took x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 6. So what did we get? 3 into 4 is equal to 2 into 6. Correct? 3 4s are 12, 2 6 are 12. Now suppose, let's say x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. This is another possibility I'm taking. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. Now let us solve. Same expression. 3 into x is 1. 3 into 1 is equal to 2y. 2 into y is 2. So 3 ones are 3 is equal to 2 twos are 4. Is 3 equal to 4? Is 3 equal to 4? Are you guys following me here? No, 3 is not equal to 4. But for the same expression, when I chose the value 4 and 6, I got 12 equal to 12. But when I chose the value 1 and 2, it was not equal. This is what it means, that it's satisfied only for certain values. Only for selected numbers, it is going to satisfy the equation, not for all the numbers. Now, did you understand? Now, did you all understand what equation means? Anybody has doubt? Okay. So let us understand the next point now. That was the meaning of equation. Now let us understand the next point. The two equal expressions are called members of the equation. Okay, two equal expressions. 3x is one member of an equation. 2y is another member of an equation. Like how we have elements in a set, or like how we say, okay, now this is a variable, this is a constant. So this together is called a member of a equation. Okay, and to be even more in particular, whatever is on left hand side is called LHS, left hand expression. Nothing but 3x is on left hand side, to your left. Okay, don't go to expressions left hand side. Don't say, ma'am, this is expressions right hand and this is left hand. No, I'm talking about your left hand. Okay, so LHS is nothing but your left hand side, that is 3x. 3x will be your left hand side expression, and when it comes to right hand side, it is 2y, which is your right hand RHS, right hand side expression. So there's left hand side, that is your left. Okay, your left, that is, this is the expression of left hand side, and 2y is the expression of right hand side. Understood? Okay, now let us revise the whole slide once. Okay, so that there is no confusions left at all. So firstly, an equation is a statement where you have two algebraic expressions like 3x, 2y, which are equal. Okay, there's an equal sign, which are equal and is satisfied by only certain values of the variable. Now for x, if I take 4 and 6, I get 12 is equal to 12. But if I take some other value, let's say I take 4 and 5, I don't get the same number. So only for certain values you will get the number, or the expression of the variable will become equal. So that is an equation. Now I can also explain equation in other words, saying two algebraic expression, okay, two algebraic expression which has some relation between them, okay, which has some relation between them, is symbolized by a sign of equality. There is a relation between 3 and x, that is nothing but multiplication. There is a relation between 2 and y, which is nothing but multiplication again. Again, I have equal sign in between, so it is a sign of equality. And then in any expression, you will have two sides, and that is LHS left hand side and RHS right hand side. And each of this expression is called the member of the equation. 3x is a member of equation, 2y is a member of equation. Understood? Any doubts until here? Okay, so let us continue. Now, next is degree of equation. Degree of equation is nothing but what is the highest power of variable involved. Okay, what is the highest power of variable involved? That will be the degree of equation. Okay, just wait a second. Now, degree of equation is nothing but the highest power that you see, or the highest power that is available for a variable in the equation. Now, we will see few examples for you to understand it better. Now, equations in one variable. Okay, here you have, if you see the all of this expression, there is only x which is available. So, which is nothing but x is one variable. So if you have only one variable, then we will go with these equations. Now, 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, right? 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now, what do you think is the power of x? What do you think is the power of x? Very good. 1 is the power of x. So, 1 is the highest degree of this equation. Okay, of this particular equation, 1 is the highest degree of equation. Clear? Understood? Okay. Now going on to the second expression, x square plus 3x is equal to 4. Okay, x square plus 3x is equal to 4. Here x has square, that is 2 as the power, and x also has 1 as the power. Okay, so but out of both the x that is here, power 2 is the highest power. So the degree of equation is 2. Out of the x with the power what we have, which is the highest number, that will be the degree of the equation. Now if you go to the third example, yeah, correct, 2 is the highest power. Now when we go to the third example, you have x to the power 7 minus 3x to the power 5 is equal to x plus 1. Now in this equation, what do you think is the highest power? Is it 7 or 5? Very good. 7 is the highest. So the degree of equation is 7. So everybody understood how to find the degree of equation? The highest power of the variable which is involved in the equation should be considered as degree of the equation. So that was for one variable. Here throughout we had only x. We did not have y at all. Okay. Now let us see equation with two variables. Equation with two variables. Two variables means I will have x, I will also have y. Okay, that will be your two variables. Now the first equation, 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. This is the equation. Now if you see, for x the highest power is 1, for y also the highest power is 1. So in this case, the degree of equation is 1. Okay. No matter, see, usually with two variables, what will happen is x and y will have, very similar highest degree. Or if at all x has the highest degree, then that is the degree of equation. Now if you see the second example here, 2x square plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 1. Yes, 2x plus 3y. Now x has 2 as the power, but y has 1 as the power. Okay, even in this case, you are supposed to consider this expression as the highest and the degree of equation is 2. Understood? I'll repeat this point once again. Please listen carefully. Now in this expression of 2x square plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 1, x has X has 2 as the highest power, but for Y power is 1. Now here X has the highest power, which is why we take the degree of this equation to be 2. So in any expression, either of X or Y, whichever has the highest power, that highest power has to be considered as the degree of equation. Understood? Are you all able to follow? Okay. Now coming to the last example, 7 into x power 4, 6 into y power 4, 5x cube plus 3y is equal to 1. Now can you say me what is the highest degree here? Yeah, both x and y have 4 as the power. Good. So 4, the degree of equation is 4. Understood how to find the degree of equation? Any doubts in this slide? No matter it is one expression or one variable or both the variable, check what is the highest power in the equation and then go on with that. Okay. Can we go on? Can we move on further? Okay. Now here, roots of the equation. What is root of the equation? We will learn that first. The value x that satisfy the equation is called the root of the equation. Now, when you have 4x square plus y is equal to 6. This is one equation. Now in this, when I find the value of x, this is called root of equation. When I find value of y, this is called root of the equation. I am solving the equation and I am trying to find the value of that equation. That is called as root of the equation. Okay, there are two theorems or two rules which are regarding this roots of equation. But before that, did you understand what is the root of an equation? Now in the previous slide, we learnt about the power, that is the degree of the equation. Now we are talking about root, that is the variable part. Okay, now when the value of x that satisfies the equation. Okay, now suppose if x is equal to 2, okay, if I put 2 here, I will get the answer. Okay, in that case, that will become the value of the root of the equation. Okay, let us solve a simple problem, or we will stick to the first example. I think that will help you to understand it better. Now, the first example which we took, 3x is equal to 4, or let's do something like this. 3x plus 4y is equal to 0. Okay, 3x plus 4y is equal to 0. Now, in this, if I solve this equation, okay, I have to solve this equation and I will find the value of x. Let's say x is, for example, let's say x is 4, okay, and y is equal to 2. For example, it might not satisfy as of now. Let us say x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 2. So this value of 4 and 2, that is for x and y, this is called root of the equation. This is called the root of the equation. Understood now? Okay. Now there are two rules or theorems for this equation, roots of equation. Okay, we will see that. Every polynomial equation of degree greater than or equal to 1 have at least one root. Just understand the sentence as of now, because we will be solving problems quickly. So I will explain using the problem. Okay. Every polynomial equation of degree greater than or equal to 1, this is important, greater than or equal to 1 will have at least one root. So let us go back to this slide, the previous slide. Now if you see here, this is a polynomial equation. 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, now let us solve this equation. 2x, I'll keep it here. I will take 3 to the other side. Plus 3, if I take to the other side, what will it become? Plus 3 here, if I take it to the other side, what will it become? Minus 3. Good. Minus 3. Yes. Now, what is the next step that I can do? X is equal to, okay, minus 3 is done. Now, say me this. 2 into x, this is the expression. When I take this 2 to the other side now, what will it become? Minus 3 by 2. It is minus, do not forget the minus. Minus 3 by 2. So the root of the equation, the root of this equation was x. The root of this equation was x. And when we find the value of x, that is 3 by 2, this is called the root of the equation. Okay, and in such expression with one variable, you will have at least one root. One root is nothing but the value of x. Understood? Did you all understand? Okay. Coming back to our theorem, that is what they're trying to say here. So in one equation which has the degree greater than or equal to 1, in the previous 2x plus 3y, 2x plus 3, you had, for x it was 1. So greater than or equal to 1. Okay, you will have at least one root, that is nothing but value of x will be found out. Okay, next, an nth degree polynomial equation will have at the most n roots. So an nth degree polynomial equation, that is nothing but, let's say 2x x to the power 3 we will take. Okay, 2x cube we will take, plus let's say we also have 3x square plus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. This is another equation. Okay, this is another equation. Now here the nth degree, let's say the highest degree is 3. Okay, now I will have 3 different roots. Let's say this is y square, x will not work. Okay, y and z. So x cube plus 3y square plus 5z plus 4 is equal to 0. Now here I have x, y, z. There are 3 roots that I am supposed to find out. Okay, so that is nth degree polynomial equation will have at most, maximum, they are talking about maximum. Maximum they will have n roots. Done? Understood? Can we go further? We will redo these theorems once we start with the problems again. Okay. Okay, there are certain properties of linear equations. We'll just go through the properties once, okay, for us to understand how to solve the equations better. Now, firstly, linear equations. What are linear equations? Linear equations are nothing but when the degree of equation is equal to 1, then it is called linear equation. Okay, something like this. 4x plus 5 is equal to 0. What is the degree of equation here? What is the degree of equation? 4x plus 5 is equal to 0? 1. Correct. So when degree of equation is 1, then it is called as linear equation. Linear, one straight line. So that is why it's called as linear equation. Okay. So let us see the first point. A linear equation in one variable holds goods of holds good a fixed value assigned to that variable. Now they've given the expression 5x plus 7 is equal to 17 will hold good only when x is equal to 2. So let us understand this, why it is done only when x is equal to 2. They say 5x plus 7 is equal to 17 and x is equal to 2. Now let us solve this equation. 5, in the place of x I will put 2 plus 7 is equal to 17. 5 2s are 10 plus 7 is equal to 17. 17 is equal to 17. LHS is equal to RHS. Yes, my right hand side is equal to left hand side. So this expression of 5x plus 7 is equal to 17 will hold good only when x is equal to 0. So in a linear equation, one variable holds a fixed value which is assigned to that variable. Okay, so in a linear equation, the variable holds a value which is assigned to that particular equation. Understood the first point? Everybody understood the first point? Okay. Now let us go to point number 2. See, these are some small things which you'll have to remember while solving the problems. So that is why we are concentrating on them. An equation of the type. We are going to the second point. The equation of the type x plus 2 by 3 plus x plus 3 by 2 is equal to 5x plus 13 by 6. This is an equation. Okay, this is a complete equation. Is an identity because it holds good for any value assigned to the variable of x. Now what are they trying to say is, in such equation you will have to solve x, okay, but x can have options. It is not like this equation where we say x value should be 2 only. No, you can use 5, you can use 3, you can use 6. There are certain limitation of values, but then you have options. See, it says it holds good for any value assigned to the variable x. Okay, so that is why it is called as identity. So in the first equation, or in this type of linear equations, particular value is supposed to be assigned. Compulsory particular values required. But when you have problems like this, you can assign any value for x and then try to solve. You will be able to arrive at the answer. Understood? Those are the first 2 points. which we have to understand. Any doubts until here?